Welcome to Satsang.
Welcome.
The title for today is Satsang, the search for happiness, stop seeking and be still. And just a moment, we'll come back here. So, everyone wants to be happy. That's a natural fact. Everyone wants to be happy.
And that's actually a force, a drive, which keeps us searching for different things. However, we try to reach happiness. It can be in very different ways. We try to
reach
it in relationships.
Yeah.
Or we try to have a certain position in the society.
Or security, safety,
money.
And these are, if you really look at all these, like security, good relationships, position in society, these are actually all the survival mechanisms. And we are looking for happiness there in survival. Whereas happiness, which we are talking about, this lasting, true happiness, has nothing to do with survival. It's the happiness which is always here.
But you have to go through this search in a certain way, and you have to you need the success and you need the failures to realize at one point that you will never reach lasting fulfillment in all of these things. It might give you a period of time of pleasure, of joy, but it will never last. And as soon as you realize you lose it, you cannot grab it and hold it, the machinery starts from the beginning, and you try it again and again, until one day you change your perspective, your view, and you start looking somewhere else. So
yes, because you get so disappointed, so disillusioned by these ups and downs. You get pleasure, and then again there is pain. You get pleasure, and there is pain. And we know it from our own experience, of course. Then there can be after a while, a kind of a distrust, if there is at all a kind of happiness and peace, which is always here, which is actually quite understandable, because we experienced it in these things, which Harald was just now saying, that it cannot be found there. It cannot be kept. The pleasure cannot be kept, only pleasure, and let us be happy all the time. So the distrust is quite true and relevant in this realm. And then we start and we go searching for happiness in the spiritual realm. Of course, we want to find the spiritual way, or the truth we want to find. And with that, the problem is that we use then the same conditionings which we used in the search for happiness in worldly things, exactly the same way in the spiritual realm. So we are searching for security in a spiritual community or with a spiritual teacher. We can get very exalted moments in when we are having insights, spiritual insights, and yeah, whatever.
Are we trying to be a very good student and come close to the teacher so we get a certain position in the hierarchy of the spiritual community? All these things are the same as they are in the worldly situation because we haven't learned anything different. We are trained that way.
Yeah, and this, if you look at this all, also this spiritual search that we want to find God somewhere, out there, we are missing that which is here, which is already here, where God is in this moment, in this very moment, if you are willing to stop. That's why our teacher says, stop the search. Papaji always said, stop the search and see what remains, what is here. If you, right now, just for this moment, just as an experiment, you stop going outwards with your mind, you stop even going inwards with your mind, you just stop everything and rest. In this moment, there is nothing to do. There is nothing to look for. There is nothing to fix. And stop even just for a second or a split of a second. And then there is peace. And this is full. This is fulfilled in itself. This is peace.
And this peace is what you are. How far did you have to go? It's closer than everything. It's your nature.
It's closer than your breath. It's closer than your heartbeat. It is empty and full at the same time. And it can be so relaxing. And you can give yourself the permission to relax, to rest in this peace that you are, this stillness. And this stillness is, this presence is endless. Everything is in it, and yet nothing is in it. Because everything that we can see, we can experience, is not real. It comes and goes. It is seemingly born and then dies. But this awareness, this presence, in which all of it appears, it's always in bliss. It's love.
It cannot be destroyed. It cannot be poisoned, polluted. It's pure. It's truth. This is what lasting fulfillment means. The foundation of you. And it was always here while you were searching out there. It was always waiting for you, calling you home.
So it's really our invitation is to challenge your minds, to challenge this outward movement to search for happiness, and stop. And this needs courage, this needs willingness.
First, it needs this ability to realize yourself, to see what you're doing. It needs this conscious stop during the day. Might be at the office while you're waiting on the bus, for the bus, maybe in the shop. You have this moment. You're waiting there for something. Stop and check for yourself. What are you thinking? What are you telling to yourself? Where are these thoughts guiding you? To the future? To the past? What you have done yesterday was good or wrong? What will be there tomorrow? This is not existing. This is just a fantasy. It's not true.
It's all running in your mind. These are thoughts. They are not real.
And then when you realize that you're going here and there with your thoughts, this is the moment where you have the possibility, where you have a choice to stop.
Exactly. Exactly at the moment when you realize that you have been gone, that you are in your thoughts, that realization is already the stopping. So it's already you are already aware. Then you are not captured by it anymore. You are free immediately.
But you miss it in the moment when you start telling off yourself. Oh, again, I missed it. Again, I was following my thoughts here and there.
Oh yeah, that's typical. That's typical.
It's the usual habit.
Yeah.
Which comes out. No.
But there is no point. There is no point banging our heads into the wall.
Instead of telling off ourselves, we have the opportunity to be grateful for this moment of realization.
Yeah.
For this moment of clear seeing.
Exactly.
And this is the entrance. That's the key for a silent mind.
And an open heart. It
doesn't matter how many times during the day you go back to the usual thoughts. It might be 100 times. It doesn't matter. We can be so glad for every moment when we realize, oh, I was again in yesterday's stories. Thoughts about tomorrow. No, let's stop it. Let's lay it down.
Yes.
Be here.
You know, just exactly like in the morning when you wake up after dreaming, you know, and you wake up, you forget about your dream. I mean, maybe if it was very intense, then you will tell someone about it if you don't forget it immediately after waking up. But when we wake up and then we start our day, we just leave the dream behind because we know it was just a dream. So exactly the same way when you realize you have been gone, you've been in a trance, you've been following your thoughts, or we can also name it like you have been identified again with the suffering, me, I. The moment you realize it, you're already free of it. You leave it behind. You don't start analyzing, why did I get caught again? How can I learn from it? Because then with that you just go on again and again with the same suffering and habit.
Yeah, because this is the usual way that we try to figure out how we made a mistake, so we can learn from it and that we can control it, so we get power over it. It doesn't work that way. In this case, you cannot get power over it by studying it. No, just leave it. Open your hand. It's like the mind. Don't try to figure it out. No, just open it. Doesn't matter.
Open.
It's gone.
Our teacher Gangaji also always says, just open. Whatever is here, open. You have the capacity to open to everything. You can bear it all. Because you are this which is aware, is empty looking.
And let's also talk a little bit more about this telling off ourselves, because it's quite familiar in spiritual communities that we tend to be very strict with ourselves and to criticize ourselves a lot. That we haven't reached the goal yet. We are failing on and on again. This is not helpful. And it's also very important that you see it. You see it when you stop and listen to your thoughts. What am I telling to myself? I'm telling off myself again. What if you change in this moment and say, it's okay, it doesn't matter. I know I'm love anyway. I know I'm truth anyway. Try, figure it out for yourself, the outcome. Be kind to yourself. You deserve it. Don't wait for the world outside to handle you with love and care, and you have to start with yourself. Love yourself. Be kind to yourself. Because you are precious.
Precious.
You're precious. The world reacts just like a mirror. When you tell yourself that you're a failure and you're making too many mistakes and you will never get it, This is what the world will show you. You treat yourself with love, be careful with yourself. You will see the reaction. Hmm.
So let's see if there is any question on Zoom. So you can come into these meetings through Zoom. This is actually broadcasted through the Zoom meeting. And in order to come into the Zoom meeting, to be able to ask questions, you can get the Zoom link by registering for this event. This is also in the description underneath this video, or on our website, adrienneharald.com. And you can also, ask questions in the chat, so you can write your questions if you don't want to talk. But even if you talk, you just want to note that you will not be on the video. Your voice will be heard, but your video will be not shown, only us, because we are focused in this meeting, and this will be on YouTube, or it is being live on YouTube. So let's see, because I saw a question earlier. Let's see. Oh yeah. So can you recommend me a meditation which can support me during the day? Very good question. Thank you. So what kind of meditation? Well, we usually say in the absolute sense, you don't need any meditation. But of course, to calm the mind and body, we do say that we need meditation, we need, exercises to calm the character down. So what Harald was just saying, this is already actually a small, tiny meditation. And also during the day, when you have the time, you just stop. You stop everything. You just, as if everything would be stopped. You don't say to your mind, no, stop it. You just recognize how your mind is running, and you just watch it and then come back into this presence. So that's kind of an exercise during the day.
What helps, or what supports this exercise, are the words I am. It's a fundamental truth.
I am.
As our teacher Gangaji said so many times, there was never a time when you were not. And even if you say I am not, it comes from I am. So this is really the foundation of being here in this moment. I am.
So
I think there's even a song of Deva Puman about this I am.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe we can post it then later on Facebook or so. So that you can do during the day. The other thing which we also do, and we have these meetings for many years now, every Tuesday we come together for silent sitting, it's called. Silent sitting. And it's like before each satsang, we just stay silent. We don't do anything. There is not a practice. It's really just resting. You can be as you are. It doesn't matter. You come home. You rest. You can try it also with us. You can come to these Tuesday silent sittings. But really, that's the point. You can also do it alone before going to bed. Just take 10 minutes for yourself. Just love yourself. Just sit down. You don't even need to be in a certain position. Just be alone and be. Just be. Just be and just enjoy how you are breathing, how you are here. And whatever comes, you just say, oh, later. I don't have time for that now. Just let. I am now resting, and just see what happens. See what happens. How this silence will be calling you even more. Ah, there is nothing to do. So beautiful. That's the truest teaching. Silence. That's your guru. Silence. We are just inviting you into this silence. Who we are and who you are. We are going together into this silence, and you can also go alone, seemingly going, but then you disappear, and there is peace, there is silence. So this is what we recommend, and we invite you to come and do this with us or find other possibilities. And the other thing is, which I also would like to say, because you were asking for meditation practice, it's better when we come into a conversation and then I can ask you what exactly for you want this meditation, or what's your everyday challenge. Because if the everyday challenge is as it is in my case, and it still can come up, the PTSD, which comes from my own conditioning and kind of trauma, which is kind of like a PTSD reaction. And if it comes during the day, it can be that when you would just sit down and you are waiting for silence, that kind of will not work because you are in this state. And then I recommend exercises, yoga, or chakra kind of practices, coming really into your body, calming down the nervous system. And for that, I'm also planning to bring up something on YouTube, or we will have some regular meetings to practice that, because many people, especially on this path and on the spiritual path, they have such problems. They are very sensitive. They can be very sensitive and have a sensitive nervous system. And so that's also welcome, this kind of practice. Yeah, so I can see that there are no more questions at the moment. So we wish you a beautiful Sunday.
But before we stop, I again would like to recommend until this next week that whenever you are waiting for something on the bus, for the train, you're sitting in the subway, you're waiting in the shop or in front of the counter, check yourself. What are you talking to yourself? What are your thoughts? See them, realize them, and leave them. Stop for a moment. You always have this few seconds, few times a day you have that. Just as an exercise to go into the self-reflection. That's the basic. So have a blessed Sunday afternoon and evening.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
And see you soon. We will be here next Sunday. Check it out on our website, adrianarald.com, or don't forget to subscribe to this channel and push a like so that it can get to more people. And thank you for your support, and we will see you everywhere. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Okay, it's ended. Oh, there were 12 views.
Yeah.
That's good.